Trying to stay as far away from his satchel that he possibly can. There we go. Okay, clears a little bit. Allies do lose a little bit of cap weight, and the Axis will begin capping it again. We do have the Puma over here to the rears. Always enjoy some good backline Puma shenanigans. Let's see where they end up. They're going to go take a left towards the hard cap. Now this is their big decision. Do they continue down the road, or do they try and run around the circle and wipe some outposts? Nope, they're going to go over to the right. Oh, they're going to come back. Oof, rocket comes up in front. No, rocket to the back. Any more Rocketeers they have to worry about? Not at the moment. The Puma's going to keep going here. I wish we could have a little tally to way to mark how many OPs they've burned and such. Puma's still going. Puma's got targets in front. Talansky pulls out the rocket, I think. Talansky, no! Talansky, no rocket from Talansky. The Puma's going to keep going. SAS getting cap pressure back here. Look at this Puma go, man. Who do we got in this Puma? We got Heidi and Davo inside. Map situation check, everybody. Pretty much everything focused on artillery better. Just got a few bodies to the outside perimeter, but not, or up here to the north. Nothing much beyond that. This Puma's still cooking. Here they go for another go at it. The medium 75, there's over to the top right. Talansky. No, Talansky goes behind the edge. Puma splashes one round, maybe to distract the 75 is unawares. Puma. No, rocket to the front. Talansky. No, but Puma's still alive. Here we go. Catalan though. Oh, Catalan gets blasted. Talansky. Talansky. No. What a run though, buddies. I mean, that no doubt clutters up command comms a little bit. And it really, I mean, the domino effect of that little backline Puma run could be really something else. And Blueberry's pushing into the circle. Artillery for SAS focused right in front of us there. Supply drop going up to the top right. And the Axis looks like they may come out of here with the first cap. 58 getting pushed back to the G column, although they're maintaining a little hold right here. Got to see how their post-cap adjustment, what that looks like. You got to remember that the SL's got to, their OPs will get deleted. They got to be able to reset those. Solano. Kneels on one. Goes on one knee and franks that raspberry with ease. And the first cap goes to SAS. Jim Dog over here to the rears. Post-cap situation. Got one OP up there to the north. Got a Stewie coming up to the front line. Another OP set to the south, right by another Puma. Fourth point is WN7 and then Church Road for the Axis. If you're just joining me, I'm your host today, Smithers, for this friendly matchup between SAS and 50A here on Omaha Beach. So far, we've just seen our first cap. If you're enjoying the stream, be sure to hit that like button real quick if you could, please. If you have any questions, go and drop those below. And of course, if you're interested in competitive Hella Loose, you can check out the Discord link in the video description or on my profile page. Harry Blackjack down below. Dismantling the supplies real quick, and the line begins to form nicely. We got a Luke's cruising around. The Luke's is back up here. There it is. Luke's is burning a little bit. Solo Luke's. Nothing wrong with a little solo Luke's off the opening, though. Maybe looking to just burn it and jump into another role. You know, that oftentimes in the beginning of matches, players will be assigned certain roles to say, hey, we need you to take a Luke's here off the opening, just a solo Luke's, and do X, Y, or Z. They'll take that Luke's to that position, and then once their job is complete, they kind of have a little bit of an option. They may be needed somewhere else, in which case they will just drive the Luke's until somebody blows them up. Maybe they take out an outpost or something like that. Very, very common in competitive Helios. PTK managing a nice MG position up to... This is one of the best MG positions in all hell loose. Now, doesn't compare to anything like you see on the beach of Omaha, that's for sure. But this rooftop gets you a nice view of all this openness to catch any stragglers and try to push on through. Now, what you usually see for Italian players is that they have a little stool next to them in which they place 2 or 3 cups of espresso. But in this case, that is not here for some reason. Maybe PTK already drank it and threw the stool over the side of the opening. I'm not too sure. They usually at least have a couple cups to keep them going. There are players, you'll see medics or somebody run up here with a little coffee, basically like a little pitcher, and they'll refill the cups for the MGers to help them keep going. In which case, PTK will say, grazie. And then they will continue on his way, shredding the enemy. Heidi, switching out of that tank we saw earlier. And this is what exactly what I mean. Heidi switched from a Puma over to the front line with the AT loadout. Go back to the Hardcat. Major Tom, Hugo Stieglitz. Skender down below. Got a Stewie going to the back line. Everything's pretty normal so far. No crazy 4th point plays. The Stewie, though, could have a little bit of an impact, depending on how they play this. Jesus Christ joining us here today on stream. PTK still shredding it with the MG up there in the rooftop. SAS slowly clearing out this section, but 58 still has a pretty good line. G column, everything is nice and controlled. Dog squad snuck onto the back. Dog squad, Gym Dog could have a... If they overload this, they could have a chance to really put a dent in the front line of IT58. Wait a minute. I got my teams confused again. 50A is not an Italian team. It's a Spanish team. Oh my gosh. got my teams confused again. Who is the? Why do I keep thinking it's Italian? Clearly the colors aren't Italian. Ugh, hate myself sometimes. I was like, Catalan, that's Spain. Oh, I'm an idiot. That's why. I do that. I do that. I've done that now 3 times with 58. I don't know why I keep thinking they're Italian. I have no idea why. Don't know why I do that. Sassy Anna down below. Takes a shot in the back ankle, but keeps on going. It's down a box. Sassy Anna, of course, a fellow Hello Lou streamer who didn't want to be featured on camera for some reason. And so I will just give her privacy. La Bajo. I don't know why I think. Oh my gosh. I hate myself sometimes. So that espresso joke makes no sense here. Okay. Major Tom down below. That Stewie did get wiped in the back line. No more Stewie markers on the map. Bezin Zulu Sniper trying to sneak around this 75. Or 76, actually. Guardia Baba Yaga splashes around them to clean up the AT person. Recon vehicle coming up at the beach. Nothing else going on the back line. Everybody's just pushing forward. SES hasn't been able to get quite enough bodies to slam front door quite yet. They're coming in one by one, not necessarily as a big one force here. Jumbo 76 rolls on forward to help plug the gap. So this is going to be the first, yeah, still one Jumbo 76 member because of the 10-minute cooldown to everybody. Big Vivo. Bombing run coming into the front line. This will go right over the heavy, and it'll track it. Sometimes, though, the bombs fall just right. They will be able to destroy... Oh, no, it's not a heavy. That's a Panzer IV. Okay, Panzer IV down below. Looked like 3 dots when I... Oh, no. Okay, the Tiger's right there. Okay, that's what I was looking at. Panzer IV up to the top, Tiger down below. Sometimes the bombs hit just right, man. Welcome, welcome everybody. Got started a little bit late, but we are here. Alive and well. For a point that I've been wanting to cast for a long time. But everybody wants to do Chapel or Win 4 for some weird reason. Get to do a little bit of Win 7. Yes. Win 7. Full truck down here to the bottom. Win 7 is just one of my favorite points to cast. It really is. You got a lot of good things going on. Got a nice concentrated edge point where both sides have a pretty good chance of capping it. The Axis have a little bit more barbed wire to deal with, as we all know about, or can be seen on Win 4 up to the top. Got this building right here in the middle, which just makes for a grand old time. Yes, it does. It really does. Then up to the north, we have a little bit of a road and got some crossing here, but it's just And Grandma's house. Can't forget Grandma's house over here to the back. This house right here. Don't think we're going to have any truck snipes or anything today. One Puma is booking it down the road. We'll try to keep an eye out here. Sometimes they can get lucky. Oh, no, the truck goes over to the left. Okay, here we go. Yeah, some of my best matches have been on Utah with WN7 as middle. It makes it very easy to analyze as well. Rockets falling out there to the distance. See if they get any raspberries by chance. Nope, everything seems to be okay. Alrighty. Here comes the Allies. Oh, hey, somebody did get a truck. Somebody did get something. Oh, man, I'm sorry I missed that, but somebody did nail it. And the Axis will be without pretty much any bodies here in the circle. Allies are going to roll on forward. Lancorion, Lincoln, Shigen, Popeye. All setting up shop. The Axis are going to be forced back to this road with the hedgerows. And trying to make their way, try to test their luck through the open ground. No! Bayonets, Daddy, PB, finding a good bush. And what makes this point oh so difficult is that the Axis have this little narrow gap that they can fit inside. The Axis P4 is not crude. Mamma mia. 75 is okay. But no Axis P4. Wonder if a tank crew got disconnected or something. But yeah, the Axis not having the opening P4 is going to be... That's going to be pretty... It's going to be pretty brutal. The Axis do have pretty good control over here to the north. Got the medium down to the south here for the Allies working their way up. Tank has been marked on recon. Wait, hold on. Is that the Puma maybe, though? Oh, yeah, there's a Puma. Okay. So we have a 3-person Puma and a 3-person Luke's up to the north, but no medium 75. Stewie coming around the back. And the front line's going to be stable, everybody. We need to really... Won't need to look at this too much here. Don't expect too much action to go on. The Axis are going to be struggling through all the openness. Stewie. Try to navigate. There they go. A little bit of a struggle, but they're okay. Got the Luke's right there in front of him, and the Stewie's going to be in the perfect position. One round to the rears. Luke spins back around. Nope. Stewie's going to get rocked a little bit. Here's Suit comes up with the finishing shot on the Stewie. There's a lot of raspberries around him. Map control still in favor of the Axis. I mean, the Allies are pretty much concentrated around the hard cap. No Panzer IV yet. Not entirely sure what exactly is going on. Another Stewie down below. They're going to have a pretty good view of stomping whatever's going to go on between those hedgerows. Panzer IV still middle HQ. Hey, maybe the Axis are playing a little bit of psychology with the Allies. They're saying, hey, we're not going to bring up the P4. We'll just let them worry about trying to find it. And we'll wait till the first heavy is up and ready to go. See your screen down below behind the hedge. Throwing a grenade. Oh, smoke grenade, actually. Looks like Sioris wants to make a move to the outside. He's just trying to get himself a little bit of cover, maybe. I mean, this is a very interesting developing map situation. We have the garrison up to the far, far north, ready to leak bodies on towards 4th. The Allies trying to form a nice defensive ring around WN7. Two medium 75s up on the map. Got a two-man here, Mahojo, Maryland. Now, Mahojo is known for a whole bunch of backline shenanigans. Kind of weird to see him here on the front line. But sometimes you got to take a break from the stressful environment. In the back line, you're constantly trying to avoid the enemy, trying to think about every little decision you're making. Is it sneakier if I go this way, or take a right, take a left? Was that an enemy I just heard walking past with in the puddles? Rocket into the right side. Pretty decent long-range rocket there from Tundra. Falls a little bit short. Never just keep in mind, everybody, that on console, it's a little bit more difficult to get those long-range shots on in because you're working with a joystick. Karam, trying to use the barbed wire as cover here. I don't think I've ever seen anyone use this or get in that little triangle area. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Axis begin to get some cap weight. The Allies have pushed out to the back just a smidgen. Raspberry's beginning to get a little bit closer. Tobias, K-Dog could have really nice outposts right here beyond the wall. I think we still do have one medium over there in the hard cap. Got the garrison right there for the Allies. We could see a really big spawn wave any second. Tundra versus Wrath of Thor. No! Round goes off, clears them all. Tobias is getting closer. The Allied garrison's still open. They've almost lost this. Should see a big spawn wave. Tobias crawls on forward. Gonna begin to dismantle. Oh no, hallucination. Doesn't see him. Tobias is going to get the garrison takedown, and this point should flip on over to the Axis here with the loss of that garrison. Alrighty, within the first 14 minutes of the game, we have our first cap of the game, everybody. Second cap of the game. Not too shabby at all. '76 is back here. Our first Tiger not up yet. 275 still blasting the point. So if the Allies can get enough outposts up with this armor support, they may be able to retake this pretty quickly. Hill 5, look at, got some good defenses, or actually scattered defense a little bit. Got the supply truck going around to the north. Commanding today for the Allies is Meerkat. On the Axis side, it is going to be Rhubarb. Steak. Trying to get some nice shots here through the little cracks in the wood planks. Gonna jump down. Oh. Hey, nice little jump though and shoot. Trying to escape Hamazo Killer B. Hamazo Killer B. Hill 5 looks a little bit better. Got the recon tank to help out. 3-person recon tank from CIE. Or it could be CTE. CIE, okay. The Allies got to be careful. I mean, the Axis could set up a garrison right front door, and they'll be in business to really get some pressure on. Got the classic hedgerow splits starting to happen. Yarnes, Roach, Dextro setting up in their positions. Of course, they'll die a whole bunch, but the thing about Utah is you do have a lot more time to recover as the enemy has to push that open field. If Montcarillon's able to if Montcarillon gets shot right here, I'm pretty sure he's going to have time to respawn on the outpost and get set up to intercept the enemy should they make a run across the open. Axis have a decent chance here to get some pressure on 4th. Hill 5 just has a skeleton crew at the moment. Tiger and a P4. They're playing a little bit to the back. They're waiting for them, maybe updated marks on those Allied tanks down to the south. Precision strikes won't be ready for another 2.5 minutes. But Utah is one of my all-time favorite maps for P strikes. Tanks are lined up on the hedgerows. Makes a really nice, smooth target. Come on in for the map edges like this. especially for something like WN7. On Chapel, there's a little bit too much variability, but on WN7, you have a good chance to nail some solid ones. .76 screw, 75. They have one repair station right there. Do a quick comparison, or pulling out the bottom ticker for a few moments, everybody. See who our top fraggers are today so far. The Saxa Diego hanging out between the barbed wire. Oh no, he's outside the barbed wire. Got a tiny bit of protection. Tank still dueling it out back and forth. Hold on, we did see the Panzer IV's right there. Oh, the Tiger has pushed up to the hard cap. Okay. Check out the circle. Okay, the Tiger has moved up to this building. We got Mia Khalifa, Forbidden Revan, Sergeant Baflapa. They're just duking it out with the 76 right now. They push up, exchange a shot, and they roll on back. They don't feel they have the advantage. That's what you call kiting, everybody. For those of you a little bit unawares for the competitive Hellelu scene. Berta 3-4. Takes out one. Trying to get control of Grandma's house. Little POV of Berta here. Burns an outpost. Gonna try to scale the wall. Gotta go back. Into the house we go. One raspberry around the corner. Wins the 1v1. Try to scale the wall. No, good advantage. Good advantage. Anybody else coming around the corner for Berta? Got a couple raspberries on the outside. The Axis have established a really nice north to south line. The Allies obviously bringing a whole bunch of more bodies back over here into the front of Hill 5. Everybody is really spaced out. Closest contact we have is going to be right down there on front door, but still got all this open field in between them. You go. Trying to make it up here to the hedge. Bazooka in hand. take a moment to pause. Gonna get a nice little position inside the bush. I won't be able to make it. Some grenades were tossed. I think the OPs are... Oh, hey, maybe they did get the outpost. Okay, yeah, they were able to work together and get the outpost. Okay. Combination of grenades. Some nice rockets. And the blueberries gain a little bit of hedgerow action. Squish, Lucifer, King Wyach, Cold Key, Reacher. Rocket on over to the left side, to the 75. Tundra may have one more. He's gonna wait for the tanker to bail out, but no, not gonna be able to. Dino's able to clear him up. Got one supply truck coming around the back. That's from Commander Meerkat, looking to set up some type of backline garrison. Gonna have some opportunities right here. Just afraid that he's driving a little bit too far as the enemy commander is not that far away. Meerkat's gonna have a 1 versus 1 in front of him. Supply truck's coming around. Commander versus commander. No! He almost ran him over. Oh, so close. So close. Rhubarb was able to step out of the way at the last second. And the supply truck will remain there. The transport truck coming around the back. That's Cornbread, Fred, and a... Gonna be moving to the south. We'd like to see Cornbread, Fred go a little bit deeper, maybe. I think there's an opportunity here to go all the way around like this and maybe stop right there and then walk to the east. Go from hedgerow to hedgerow. Tigers moving forward up here to the front line. Ammo drop coming in on WN7. Sometimes I gotta zoom in on those ammo drops just to make sure that they're not airheads, because they can be tricky sometimes as to what exactly they are. May see an airhead play here shortly, although the Axis commander set up a half track to cover the gap between the two garrisons. Could see the good old bombing run, or the bombing run airhead combo, everybody. We'll take a look at the overall stats, see how we're shaping out so far. Allies winning on the frags, 442 to 382. Oh, rocket to the back and finishes off the Tiger. Lately, or the past two mixed competitive events for the PC and console worlds on Smithers Cast for last night and then on Monday did not pan out too well. As it's always a big challenge for the organizers to make sure that the teams are balanced when they're mix and matching all these different people together. But sometimes, unfortunately, one side just ends up way overpowering the other. We saw a 40-minute or about a 35-minute 5-0 on Monday. And last night we could have seen a 40-minute 5-0, but they postponed capping fifth until at least there was 30 minutes left. Yeah, it ain't easy. It ain't easy. As the stats aren't always clear. You don't know if somebody was playing defense one time and maybe the other time they were on the front line fragging out, and you're trying to compare the averages, but it's not truly representative. And of course, maybe somebody is wasted on the other team and you don't know that. Usually they're a good fragger, maybe a 50-60, and then they're down to a 10-20. You just never know what you're working with. You never could be 100% sure. Cornbread Fred trying to lie low, but he's got enemies all around him. The Panzer IV strolls by. Nanu. Cornbread Fred has to be careful here. He jumps. Oh, and he loses the 1v1. Did he get his outpost down? Maybe that's Queen Squads. Maybe that's what that is. Okay, isn't too far away. Recon tank coming over here to the back line. They're looking for spawn points back here. There they are. Glitterbeer. Miho. Pavi. Yeah, if you're in this position, you know you don't have much of a chance of survival. And you're just trying to clean up some spawn points. Just take off a little bit of pressure to the front line. Oof. Rocket barely misses. Tiger. They're going to try to run him over. Tiger. Oh, they miss him. Oh, Tiger, the rocket. Right to the back. Hey, Greyhound's going to keep going. We did take out one garrison, I think. We got one more down to the very far south. We're going to keep on going a little bit westward here. They may see the supply truck, actually. Supply truck's about to go on the road. And I think they're going to get it. Oh, missed shot. Oh, hey, a rare supply truck escape. Kudos to Commander Rhubarb. Almost out of here. And, wow, able to get away from the recon tank. You don't see that too often. You really don't. Usually the commander just pays the price and takes a shell to the face. But this time, Rhubarb able to get out of there. Take a look at the front line. Axis pushing up to the hedgerows. Starting to wrap around a bit to the south. Recon plane going up on the front line. Commander Meerkat. A little bit of protection here. Trying to take some time and analyze the map, what's going on. As all commanders do. For those of you just joining, I'm your host today, Smithers, for this mixed console competitive event here on Utah Beach with WN7 as the midpoint. So far, we have seen 2 captures. First went to the Allies, but then the Axis capped it back after they pretty much surrounded WN7. They lost the opening truck. It was, unfortunately, did not catch that on stream. As usually, I don't see those opening rockets doing much. But somebody's opening rocket did nail the truck. Or it could have been a tank. It could have been. And the Axis capped it back, and now they are pushing out eastward. And pretty much forming a front line in front of Hill 5. The only thing we have in the back line going on is Queen Cornbread Fred. He's trying to sneak around, but they are hunting him down. I was wondering how much luck he was going to have modded. I mean, he was making a bull bush around there. Nice long-range rocket comes in from Ice Temple Monkey to clear up the Panzer IV. That's one of those things that was impossible in the past, but now these P4s can get pinned in the front by the bazookas, which makes all the world of difference when it comes to them sitting on the front line like that, wide and open. Tiger down to the south, pushing to the east a little bit. Still got the recon tank, the Greyhound. Still alive. Wonder if they're just moving on back and forth and popping those garrisons left and right. Up you again. The auto repairing their Stewie. Getting ready for another roll around through the front line, baby. I mean, the Allies lost a good chunk of ground, but it seems they've been able to stall the Axis a little bit at least. Raspberries all over this tank. Greyhound seems to be able to defend itself from our view on the map. Jump in the Stewie yet again. Let's see if they go for a nice little kick out here on the front line. Cap Partners, or WN7 would contest it because the Axis are totally out of the defensive ring. Pretty much everybody's on the attack. Just got a couple raspberries to deal with that Greyhound and they should be okay. Here goes the Stewie. Now, as has been discussed about in chat so far, the MG42 for these long-range shots on Utah isn't as common on console as it is on PC. On PC, man, the MG42s will be all up on these buildings. So far, we just see one, mashallah, setting up shop here. But on the PC side, man, you do see them popping. Left and right, left and right. Shala getting some nice shots. I think that's about maybe, let's see, what is that? Maybe 250 meters or so? 250, 300. Axis just doing a really good job of pushing forward here. Moving along the entire front. Stewie takes a rocket to the back from Tundra. And another one from the right. Came in from Donnie. Let's go take a look at the comparison. See how it's shaping up to be. Oh, the Axis have gotten much farther back in. They were about 100 frag difference before. 699 to 664 at the moment. 6 out of the top 10 fraggers are on the Axis. Not too big of a skill difference, though. I mean, armor, you're going to have the allies at the moment. But for the infantry side, they're just... Sometimes when you see the frag difference like that, it just comes down to where you're winning those gunfights, where you're able to win those spawns, and the timing, of course. Not all kills are the same. You gotta remember that. One kill may be from hedge to hedge for over 100, 150 meters, and the other may be over 25 meters, in which case you're able to push and wipe an outpost or get a garrison, something like that. Which leads, obviously, to a big change in map control. Just keep that in mind. Bombing run coming inbound below. Commander Meerkat just looking to soften the front line a little bit here. I think he only got 1, maybe 2 with that. Burns the outpost. Waits to see if anybody spawns in. Nope, all clear and good to go. Got one Tiger moving to the east. Baker squad moving into the back line, trying to get another garrison up. The Allies really need something to help try and wrap up that front line a little bit. It's not Cornbread Fred this time, it's Swank. But Squish and SFH may see the garrison. Oh, no. Squish begins to push up. Swank over to the right. And Squish will walk up with ease and dismantle it. Oh! Now Baker did lose their outpost, so we gotta get that replaced here in just a moment. Meerkat. Oh. Baker squad gets the outpost reset in the back line, but they are getting hunted down. Little bit of cap progress on Hill 5. Still smidgen. But I think they're going to be okay. Baker squad has been able to fend off the raspberries so far and hold that outpost. One more blueberry down to the south. Got a greyhound down to the bottom. No SL inside, unfortunately. The allies are actually doing a good job of holding this border down here. Rhea has actually gotten pretty close. Maybe they did drop off Rhea. Rhea could have a really nice outpost. Do we have an outpost, Rhea? Option. Thunderbird walking across. Rhea. Oh, shoots him in the gut. No outpost from Rhea yet. Rhea, pulls out the watch maybe. There we go. There's the watch. All right. Outpost placed. Tundra. Gonna be rolling over there to the right. All right. We got a little bit of penetration. However, the Axis are pushing towards Hill 5. But the blueberries they got a garrison over there in the hard camp, so maybe they can balance this with the right amount of defense and offense. Half track is also there to the southeast. Tundra's working the way back. Gonna run up to this outpost. Tundra's gonna mark it. Ray up. Ray up. No, no. Tundra burns it. And he spawns. Oh, no. Spawns. Oh, man. Shucks. Let's go back to Hill 5. See how serious it's gotten. General Disarray joining us from 27th. Was on the streets a couple months ago begging for scraps. Saying, hey, do you have any spare change? And then discovered competitive hell let loose. Now he lives in Malibu, has a house right on the ocean front. Butler. Crazy how things can change like that after you sign a nice, juicy, voluptuous hell let loose competitive contract. Hill 5's holding. Two medium 75s down below, trying to help out the infantry as best they can. They got all the Rocketeers from the Axis to deal with, though. The Allies will maintain control here. .76 down to the bottom. The Allies have 3 tank crews. We could see them use them in a more frontline fashion to help clean this up a little bit. Thomas. Cactus. Man, that OP what Rhea got up, man. If I was at SL, I'm pretty sure Rhea was calling it out. I just think the timing was unfortunate. But if you're an SL able to make it up there, man, oh, in such a key position, I would be screaming, yelling in chat for people to get on my outpost. Hey, everybody. Once in a lifetime opportunity. Ticket to WN7. You could come up here, spawn in, go into the building, cause a little bit of ruckus. Maybe pull some Axis forces off the front line. Sadly, it was not meant to be. No airhead attempt by the Allies, which, I mean, I totally understand. There's not many good spots on WN7. And they've been able to shut down everything in the back line so far. Yeah, Commander Meerkat probably just wants to save the manpower. Doesn't want to risk too much. Still got 35 minutes left to do anyways. You can always just see how the map develops. Rocket sails right over Bronze's head. Reacher on the opposite side. Bronze moves up cautiously. Nope, nope, gonna find a safe spot. No, get shot right in the back. Aggressive Axis half-track moved up to the front line from Thomas. Right here to the south of Hill 5. Very exposed, but they got a lot of protection around. They got, I mean, good map control around it. 76 down to the south, and they have the... Oh, did the other 76 get clapped? I think the Tiger took him out. Take a look at the comparison real quick, everybody. Pretty even. Yeah, pretty even. Allies obviously just spending their armor a lot more time trying to help clean up the front line a little bit. Axis, their tanks have been forced to the back and having the support from very long range. We're going to take a rocket to the rears from Dino. One more rocket may engine it. Shijin coming a little bit closer here. The half-track is still alive to the south of Hill 5. No rockets from Shijin. Tiger's going to roll forward down to the south, try to clean up this hedgerow. We do have a 76, 75. They're back on the beach. I wouldn't be surprised if that 76 is able to knock him out from afar. See him right there. Looking this way. Maybe the hedgerow or ruined buildings interfering with their shots. Looks like the Tiger's going to get out of here. No shot from the 76 just yet. Bombing run on its way. Down to the south over that half-track. There we go. Should line it up perfectly and be able to knock it out. Yes, there we go. Hill 5 still holding strong. Due to the pressure all around, they're forced to put the garrison right here, smack dab in the middle. Sherman 75 all the way to the back of Maryland. Mahojo trying to work his backline magic. Item squad still trying to break out up here. But the Axis shutting down most of the backline attempts. Or actually, all of the backline attempts. Oof. Rocket hits the back of the Greyhound. .75 has gone all the way to the back line. Hojo, Maryland looking to cook up some backline magic. Now, they don't want to destroy the Puma or the SPA over there in HQ, because obviously you'll give yourself away. Think they may... Are they going to push eastward? Yeah, okay, they're going to push east. But these Tigers have pushed pretty far up. This one's over here. And then we should have... No, actually, it's just the one down to the south. Okay. But Hill 5 is getting pressured. The Raspberries have swarmed it. Yeah, I think the Allies are about to lose all of this, ladies and gentlemen. The 5th point is Terra Green up there to the northeast. Far, far top right. Cap progress still a little bit. Is it enough sector counter cap weight? No, it's not. Alrighty, and the Axis will go up 4-1 with 29 minutes left to go. George squad working their way up to the border. Corey. Oh, 76 gets smoked down here to the far south. Yeah, the Tigers pushed all the way up. Mahojo and Maryland coming over to the back of WN7. I'm super curious what they're going to end up doing back there. Let me just go get a POV of them real quick. They are over here. They're just slowly moving forward, trying to make sure they don't run into enemy armor. They could, I mean, they could clean up everything by WN7 and create a little bit of an opportunity for them to make it easier to recapture WN7. Tank up to the top. So we have 2 tanks attacking WN7 to maybe clear out all these spawn points. We have 1 outpost that's going to be a bigger squad that's going to be pinging here in a moment. Terra Green flashes, the Raspberries up there. Oh yeah, the Axis have gotten into the trenches. They're still capping. It's not insurmountable. I mean, just have a couple Raspberries. Can be overwhelmed with sector pressure. The Axis garrison is back here in G3. Allies holding on. Garrison established to the south. Still have one medium to the back line, but the Tigers working their way there. Jumbo. No! Oh, that's one way to turn around. Rocket ricochets out the rears. Got a couple OPs to the south of Hill 5. Garrison established on the beachfront. Axis bringing up more bodies. Garrison right on the border. .76 going up against all the raspberries by the Garrison. They're going to try to go out of bounds. They do get it. Okay, a little bit of... They are out of bounds right now. Let's see. Cactus is trying to chase him. Cactus, I think it's going to run out. The timer's ticking. Oh, Cactus doesn't make it back in time. Neil. Onto the back. Shot to the rears. All right, and the 76's bold out of bounds play wears off, or pays off. And sometimes you'll get the Satcheliers to chase you, and then you're able to make them die out of bounds. New meta unlocked. We have one Axis Tiger approaching from the far south. It looks like Mahojo and the medium to get wiped somewhere along the lines. Got this one right here. The Allies trying to get something going, but unfortunately they're just forced back to the beach. Tim has found his nice little safe spot there at the top. Trying to pick up the enemy one by one as they approach the open. One transport truck down to the south. transport truck was all the way down here, but they're running against a whole bunch of outposts. Oh! Rocket from Tundra. And another allied attempt to get something going. Goes up in flames. Axis are sitting pretty. 19 minutes left to go. Yato up yet again, and Mano trying to circle around here. Looks like the Tiger is informed. The Tiger begins to spin back. Ugh, side shot. Yato tries to do some repairs, but he's gonna get stuck on the barbed wire and gets blasted. Oh! And the jump up goes Bubba Badooey. One Bluebird to the middle, WN7. Strafing run on its way. Looks like it did come through already. Did miss him. Lines up one medium 75 here. Miho doing some. MG struggles here on Utah. Take a look at the updated MG marks. Reacher. Bombing run called in. Looking to help take away some of that pressure. Somehow, Cactus and her suit managed to survive that bombing run as it sails right over, or right next to them, heading towards Hill 5. Unfortunately, the bombing run did not get anything, I don't think. Garrison established down to the south. Got a Greyhound coming around to the back. Allies gaining some ground up to the north. They've cleaned out the front door at Terra Green. They'll be able to commit some more forces to the attack now. This Tiger crew rolling up into some protection here. Trying to find a spot to repair real quick. Allies have two mediums. Sergeant Vafthapa jumps out to do some repairs. And I'll be right back, everybody. Tiger's backing up. For those of you just joining me, I'm your host today, Smithers, for this mixed competitive console event here on Utah with WN7 as the middle point. So far we have seen 3 captures. The Allies captured WN7 first. But the Axis had really good map control. And they were able to capture it. And then after that, they formed a nice line and pushed on over to Hill 5, overwhelmed the defenders. 75 gets satcheled over here behind the hedge. The Allied armor has had a bit of a rough go of it in this matchup. Take a look at the stats here. Axis with a very slight lead. The Allied armor, I believe, I gotta maybe separate or pull up the armor chart versus just the armor, because those frags include infantry, of course. But the Axis able to push up hedge by hedge and clear them all out, forming a nice line and squash every single Allied push that they've tried. Allies they've tried supply trucks, transport trucks around the rears. No airheads. I mean, there hasn't been a really good moment or opportunity for an airhead yet. And Commander Meerkat just saving that manpower. But at Utah, once you get, I voted for this, or I wanted to play this back because I was hoping for a really solid fight over WN7, just back and forth, and maybe some cool tank pushes, because I see a lot of really nice tank pushes on WN7 for both sides to recapture it. But unfortunately, that was not the case today, as the Axis boxed out the Allies and able to push them beyond the hedgerows, one after another, until the Allies pretty much had nothing to push up against except open field, which on Utah we all know oh so well. Sergeant Braun's legs out. Airhead falls to the southwest of Hill 5. Commander Meerkat just giving it a roll of the dice, seeing what can happen. 75 has a lot of raspberries coming up in the air. See me over to the back. And remember, it's just a 2-person 75. Gonna place a satchel on, I think. Oh no, it's a Gewehr. No satchel. Minutes left to go. .75 is a big challenger in front of them. Plus, I think they have a Tiger over there to the left. Mojo trying to get some repairs in. Maryland tries to pistol Shabo. Maryland gets gunned down. Mahojo's last one standing. Bulletproof. Mahojo. Pistol ready to go. Jumps back in. Gonna try to drive off now. Mojo goes over to the right. Trying to evade all the AT. Looks like he's gonna be able to make it back to safety. Probably targeting to go back towards the repair station, but camp progress begins on 4th. 75. Mojo. Whoa! Oh, no. Oh, but he lands on his feet. As scripted, of course. Hojo planned that all out just to fake out the enemy. Cap progress stalls on 5th. Couple raspberries enter the hard cap. Airhead did land up here to the north. Looks like the bombing run was just a little bit off. Pavi, tank crew member, looking to hold back the enemy with the pistol. Pavi goes inside. Looks around. The raspberries begin pouring onto 5th. Do the Allies have a garrison? They do over here to the back, but he's really spawning on it. I think it's going to get taken down here in a second. There's a little spawn wave. Oh no, cactus! No, goes with the shovel swipe! Cactus able to knock him out of the cactus. And there we go. Axis begin capping full speed. Tigers moving on to the beach. Let's take a look at the final comparison here. As cap progress heads over the 50% mark, Blueberries out here in the middle. Fortunately, just a little bit too far. Plus, they got the Tiger in their way. Peace strike called in. Looks like that's going to go on the garrison, but it's going to be a little bit off, I think. Alrighty, so I think that will be it, everybody. The Axis will come away with the 5-0. Man, 3 5-0s for the mixed competitive matches this week. It hasn't been a good week for the mixed events. Let me just say that. Unfortunately, it just sometimes that's how it goes. This week we'll just write this week off. But all right, everybody. Well, thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed the stream, be sure to hit that like button for you. If you could, please. For those of you watching on Twitch, be sure to, if you want to follow, and if you, I should have streams to, no streams tomorrow. I don't think. Yeah, no streams tomorrow. Friday, gonna have streams though. Friday will be the D-Day 24/7 pub stream server on console. That'll be starting around 4 to 5-ish, sometime within that time frame. We'll be there, and then earlier in the afternoon we'll have the mixed competitive PC event it's just a whole bunch of clans that get together on Friday afternoons. Well, European time, it's Friday night. Then Saturday, we'll be offline Saturday, back on Sunday for one. Remember, it's Easter weekend, so a lot of teams won't be playing. There's hardly any games as far as I know this weekend. But the following weekend, going to have a whole bunch of matches. We have 2 Winter War League championships lined up. And then we'll see what else comes in. Will be coming up. Yeah, we'll see. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for joining me. And I will see you next time. Have a good one, buddy.